Hello everyone. Welcome to the first episode of Fundamentals Friday. Ayun nga, unlike dun sa ating Thursday where we try to derive and understand engineering concepts, dito naman, we try to solve problems and revisit yung mga engineering topics na naituro na sa atin, but we tend to try to forget. Since ayun nga, there's various reasons for that. And Fundamentals Friday would serve as kind of a refresher, sort of, para sa mga ganong problems. So, ayun. So, for the first episode, I have decided that we should focus on uh, the main core of engineering, which would be yun nga, problem solving, specifically yung pag-analyze sa problems, as well as one of the also an important uh, topic in physics is yung ating conversion. Okay? So I have prepared two problems here, and if you would like to solve along, just pause the video when I show the problem, and then we can try to compare our answers in the end. So ayan. So para sa ating first problem, I'll just read it out loud. A stock market crash has provoked a rich businessman to sell off part of his land in the nearby province. Considering he has 3 hectares of commercial land there, how much would his losses be if the original price of 9,899 pesos per square meter had already been depreciated by 9%? So this may look daunting, but it's actually just kind of a two-step conversion. Ano? So looking at this problem, so let's just follow yung ating uh, standard process of problem solving where we do the given and we have to find the unknowns, and then we do the solution and then the final answer. So our given here is we have the area to be 3 hectares. Okay? So yung ating price is denoted as P. That would be 9,899 HP per square meter. Okay? And yung ating depreciation value, which would be D, let's just denote as D, or else denoted as small d, that would be 9% or 0.09 in decimal form. Okay? So that's our given. So punta tayo sa unknowns natin. Our unknown is the losses, L. Okay? So let's try to find a solution here. So, yun nga, i-analyze muna natin yung problem. We are asked for the losses. So, kumbaga, yung losses niya is going to be, let's just put an analysis part here para ma-determine natin kung anong equation ang fit dito sa ating unknown. So, the losses, that would be yung ating original price, OP, denoted as OP, minus yung depreciated price, DP. Okay? Yung difference nila is yung losses nung businessman. So, taking this equation here, so pwede natin siyang gamitan ng shortcut. Since we can directly compute for the depreciated price. So, solution natin, let's perform some unit analysis. So first, we are going to convert yung ating hectares into square meters, which is convenient since one step lang yun. You know that in 1 hectare, 1 HA, okay, that is equal to 10,000 square meter. Okay? And if we do some stoichiometry here, that would just mean that you have 3 hectares times 10,000 square meter over 1 HA. And then we can just cancel this out. and we have 30,000 square meter. So, ganun lang ka-basic ang conversion dito. Now, ito yung ating area. Ano? This is the area. Okay? Now, we are going to find yung losses. Ano? And we don't have to find the original price here since pwede na nating i-directang i-multiply itong price natin sa depreciation uh, percentage. Okay? So another way to solve yung ating depreciated price would be the price multiplied sa depreciation percentage. No. So let's just do that. So that would be 9,899 PHP per square meter. That is multiplied sa 0.09. Okay, let's grab calculator. Okay, that would be 809.91. So ito yung losses. So kumbaga, dito sa 9,899, 890.91 yung nabawas na price per square meter ng lupa. Okay? And then, we can just compute for the losses. And another way to solve for the losses is that would be yung depreciated price multiplied sa area. So that would be 890.91 PHP per square meter multiplied by 30,000 square meter. This will both be cancelled, and we will be left with, I guess it will be 26,727,300 pesos. So this is the losses. If the land is depreciated at a percentage of 9%. So even though meron pa ring profit here, but there's quite a bit of loss. So ayun nga. So that's it for this problem. Now let's move on to the next one. So medyo mas complicated itong isa. So hindi rin ako sure. Baka malito rin ako if we are going to solve it. So again, let me read the problem out loud first before we try to solve. So again, theoretical lang to. I came up with this problem, so it doesn't have to be logical. It just has to yield an answer. Ano? Okay? So a new prototype space train that would bridge Earth and the Moon is being planned. Various scientists and engineers are currently conducting calculations about distance and work requirements. The hypothesized force needed to move this train in space with varying gravity from Earth is 198 giganewtons. Okay? Now, given this, we're asked to find the following. What is the work done in centigrade heat units, CHU, if the distance to cover is 1.282 light seconds? And that's for A. And for B, if the objective was to reach the moon from Earth within a minute, how much power in mega horsepower is needed? And so medyo complicated siya. So I guess if this was going to be an exam question, it would be on a major exam. Ano? So, okay. Let's denote our given first. Ano? So our given is we have a force of 198 giganewtons. And by notation, giganewtons is that the exponent is to the 9th power. So that would be 198 times 10 raised to the 9th Newton. Ano? Okay. And then we have a distance of 1.282 light seconds. Okay, what else? Okay, so that's it. That's all we have here. Ano? Yung ating unknown is for A, yung ating work done. And for B, yung ating power. This is in CHU and this one is in mega horsepower. Okay? Yeah. So again, the problem may look daunting, but uh, it's just a step conversion. So ayan. So solve muna natin yung A. So we know that the work done, ano, the work done is equal to the force times the distance. And we have both. It's just a matter of converting. Ano? So usually yung ating force times the distance, that would be in Newton meters or the joule. But we're asked to find it in CHU. CHU, okay? Hold on. CHU, which is going to be equal to 1.9004 kilojoules or 1.8013 British thermal units or BTU. I think that's right, ano, if I recall correctly. Yeah. Okay. So alam na natin kung anong unit yung kailangan natin dito. So it's just a matter of converting. So first, meron na tayong newtons. Ano? Newtons. So kilojoule is, this is just kilonewton meter. And now, for light seconds, don't be confused. This is a unit of distance. Since 1 light second is 200,000 kilometers, approximately. I-approximate na natin siya to be 200,000 kilometers since that is how far light travels in 1 second. Okay? So, convert na lang natin siya. So, we have 1.282 light seconds. This is denoted as LS. And we are going to multiply it to the distance here, 200,000 kilometers over 1 light second. And para makuha na din natin yung meters, ano? So, para uniform yung ating makuhang Newton meter, and then we'll just convert it. It's just 1,000 meter per kilometer. And so we see how the units will cancel nicely. Okay? So let's just calculate that. This is times 300,000 times 1,000. Okay? So this will be the distance. 8, 4, 6, 0, and then how many zeros? That's 4 zeros. Okay. This is 284 million, right? Hold on. Let me try to do that again. Create for 600,000, yeah. 384,600,000 meters. And now we can just multiply that to the force, which is this. So the work is going to be 198 times 9 raised to 9 newtons times 384,600,000 meters. So this is going to be a very large number, but still we're converting that. Okay. So that would be 7.3 61508 times 10 raised to the 19th joule. Okay, so that's the work in joule. But still, we're not done. So, i-convert natin siya. Again, it's a two-step conversion. Gawin lang natin siyang uniform. So, that is going to be, hold on. So, if we have joules, we are going to need to convert it to kilojoules. So, 1 kilojoule is 1000 joules. And 1 CHU is 1.9004 kilojoule. Okay, so the units will cancel out and we will be left with CHU. So we divide it by 1000 and we divide it again by 1.9004. So we have 4.0071 approximately. No, approximately times 10 raised to the 16th CHU. So that would be the work done in this case. So that actually that's a very large number. Okay, so ayun. And for here, dito naman, for B, we can mostly answer it na since we can have the value in kilojoules. Okay, so if you haven't exited yung inyong calculator, we can revert itong step na to by multiplying it by 1.9004 again. And then you can have your answer here. But yun nga, by loss of exponent din naman, we're just reducing the exponent here basically. So this will be 7.61508 times 10 raised to the 16th kilojoule. Okay, so that is what's happening here. So ayan. Let me check if tama pa yung ginagawa natin conversion. Yeah, I think we're still on the right track. We're still on the right track. Okay. So this is for A. Now we're going to solve for B. So i-save na natin yung value nito. The expression here. Let's store this to A. Yung ating 7.61508 times 10 raised to 16. Since kinuha natin yung kilojoule value niya. So the key here is to know yung conversion ng mega horsepower. Okay? And basically, that would be 1 mega horsepower. That is 0.7. Is it 7.36 or 7. Yeah, it's 7.36 kilowatts. And we take note na yung ating kilowatts is kilojoule per second. Okay? But here, since yun nga, minute yung hinihingi, we have to make some adjustments. Okay? So, meron tayong value ng ating kilojoule. So, we can just write it as yung ating A, that is in kilojoule. I-divide na natin siya by 60 seconds. Okay, so that would be kilowatts. And then, magiging kilowatts na siya. So, I'll just put the parentheses here para makancel natin siya mamaya. That's in kilowatts. Now, we multiply this sa ating mega horsepower. So, this is still on top this is still on the numerator. So we have 1 mega horsepower over yung ating 0.736 kilowatt. And we can cancel this. Okay. So let's just do this on the calculator as well. So that's A over 60 times 1 over 0.736. And yung magiging power natin, again, take note, I think I skipped the explanation, but the power, that is the measure of work overtime. Okay? So, ayan. So the power here, if you did the calculations right, that would be 1.7244. I-round off na natin siya into 4 decimal places. Times 10 raised to the 15th mega horsepower. So that be the answer to this problem. No. So yeah, so again, conversion. It is very important in solving physics-related problems. So, ayun, pagka-analyze and conversion, they are uh, the foundation of problem solving in engineering. So that's why I deemed it important that yung ating first episode ay mako-cover to. Okay? So, if you think I made any mistakes, just point it out in the comment section. And ayun, so thank you guys for staying till the end. So I hope it was fun trying to solve these problems. And again, you can try to generate your own problems and pwede nyo siyang solve. And yeah, that wraps it up for the first episode of Fundamentals Friday. So thank you guys and goodbye.